Hello everyone, welcome to Skills Build Training YouTube channel. Myself Muhammad Zubair, and this channel is all about showing you how to become an IT pro really fast. So the topic of today's video is Visual Studio 2022 review and first thoughts. So without any further ado, let's get started. Earlier this year, Microsoft officials said they would release a first preview of the next version of Visual Studio, and it would be named as Visual Studio 2022. They have released the Visual Studio 2022 on 17th of June, and now it is available for download. If we talk about the hardware requirements, it needs 4 GB of RAM, and in terms of disk space, it needs minimum of 850 MB up to 210 GB of available space. And it depends on the features you are going to install in your Visual Studio 2022. And typically installation requires 20 to 50 GB of free space. So let's open our Visual Studio. I will search for Visual Studio, and here it is. It says preview. As I've told you earlier that Microsoft would be releasing a preview on this summer, and they have released it on 17th of June, and that is the preview. So I will just open it. Okay, why I'm opening it now, why not earlier? Because I wanted to show you one thing which they have added in this version, and here it is. Here you can see that it says clone a repository, mean we can get the code online as well. Like we have different repositories, like we have GitHub, or we can use Azure DevOps. So this is a really new thing and really cool feature which have been added in this version of Visual Studio. And now I will create a project here. For that, just click on this which says create a new project, and let's see what does we have new here. These are different options which we can choose, mean what kind of application or what kind of project you are planning to work. So choose one from here. Here we have different options, like we have console application, we have ASP.NET, and down here we have ASP.NET web application, and then we have many more things. I'm going with the ASP.NET core web app. I will select it, and now I will just click on next. I will just name it as first project. And then we have the location where this project will get created. You can change it as well. For that, just click on this button, and then you can go to any directory where you want to create your project, or in other words, where you want to save your project. I will go with the default one, and then you can change your solution name, or you can go with the default one. I'm going with the default one, and after that I'm going to click on next. Here we have to select the framework for our .NET. Well, this is the latest one, .NET 6.0. After that, I'll click on create. So this is the screen which we get after we are done with creating our first project. One new thing is here, and that is connect to the cloud. Earlier this option was not available. Now what we can do, we can publish our application which we will create here to our Azure, or we can get started with the ASP.NET on having it on Azure right away. So this is a really cool feature and a really good one. Now let's explore the interface of our Visual Studio 2022. Here in this section, we will have all the files which we will create or on which we will code. All of them will appear here, and here we will have our Solution Explorer, or you can say different properties regarding our open files. And here we will have our console, or you can say we will see our output, and in terms of debugging, we can all adjust here. And one more thing here, and that is these small windows are adjustable. Like I can move them, or I can resize them, and I can adjust them on the screen anywhere I want. And here you can see we have Solution Explorer on the whole screen here. I will readjust it, and then I will move further. Now one more thing here which I want to discuss, and that is this tab which says Git changes. If I click on it, any change which we made in our project or in our code, in our files, these changes will be saved in here. Like here you can see it says create Git repositories, and here it says clone repository, means you can download your code repository from your GitHub, and what you can do, you can just start using this one into your Visual Studio 2022. As we can clone any repository, one more thing comes in mind, that it will also enable us to work in a team. For example, if one of your fellow programmer is working on the project and he uploads all the codes on Git, what you can do, you can download that repository and you can start working on it from where he left. Now let's move ahead and let's talk about some of the highlights or some features of Visual Studio 2022. In terms of hardware, Visual Studio is now a 64-bit application, and as it is 64-bit, but still the developer will be able to develop the 32-bits app on it as well. And one more thing also have been updated, and that is it is no longer limited to the memory of 4 GB, and because of that we can do a lot more stuff with big and complex projects without running out of memory. Like we can open a project, add it, run and debug it, etc. And it is all because of no limitation to 4 GB of memory. Microsoft also announced that improvements are being made so that every part of the workflow, from creating the project to finishing it, they are working to make it more faster and efficient. Microsoft has made some changes in 2022 version. The major one is related to the user interface. The goal of updating the user interface was to keep the developers interested in their workflow, and Microsoft has tried to minimize or reduce the complexity so that people can focus on what they are doing. Now let's talk about the core functionalities. The first one which I'm going to talk about is Azure. Now with Visual Studio 2022, it is more easier and it is more quicker for the teams and developers to build the modern apps which are based on cloud, and by cloud I mean Azure. In Visual Studio 2022, Microsoft has included great range of repositories with common patterns which teams and developers use today for the application development. And here you can see it says connect to the cloud, and here we have an option which says publish your app to Azure or get started with ASP.NET on Azure. So Azure, it is integrated now and we can use it for application development or even deployment. One more good thing is the development environment can also be defined in the repositories as per your liking, and it will allow the developers to start working on the project without any further ado. So that was all about Azure. Now let's talk about .NET. If we talk about the .NET support, Visual Studio has started the support for .NET 6 and its frameworks, and it is supported for the web and mobile apps, and along with that for Windows and Mac development as well. And it might happen that Microsoft will go for the latest .NET framework in the future. This time, Microsoft has also included the MAUI, which is known as Multi-Platform App UI, and it is for the cross-platform apps in which we have Android, iOS, Mac operating system and Windows. Microsoft Visual Studio has now included the support for C++, and they have also introduced the productivity features like C++20 tooling and IntelliSense. With C++20 language feature, now it has become more simplified for the developers or the users to manage large code bases, and it has offered the more improved diagnostic features, and because of that, now it will be more easier for the developers to debug their code with the help of already available templates. Microsoft has support for the modules like CMake, Linux and WSL, which will help and make it easy for the developers or users to make and debug the app for cross-platform. So in terms of C++, Microsoft has introduced its own templates. What we can do, we can use those templates to make apps, and even we can debug our apps using those templates. So as I have talked about debug, the next feature which I am going to talk about is debugging. Well, debugging is one of the main or most important feature of any IDE. Now, Visual Studio 2022 made some performance improvement by tweaking some of the things in the core debugger. And now they have included some of the additional features like flame charts, which will help to spot out the hot paths in your code, and finding out the dependent breakpoints for the precise and more optimized debugging. Decompilation experiences is now there, which will help the developers in terms of the code which they do not have locally. As here you can see, we have a section for debug. If I click on it, I have further options. If I go to my options of debug, just click on it. Here I get further option, and here you can see we have .NET Core, we have Azure, and as I was talking about the CMake earlier, here it is. So what we can do a lot of tweaks, or you can say we can customize it for our own liking. At the moment, I have selected these options for my environment. You can do it and you can change it as per your own need. Now, let's talk about the real-time collaboration. With the help of this feature, now the developers can work in teams or in pairs, which is also known as pair programming. It has created the new opportunities for the developers to create and share the ideas with other programmers and developers. As now, users can share the codes and review it as well. Live Share just got introduced in the Visual Studio 2022 with the integrated chat, and obviously it will allow the developers or team to have real-time chats and conversation about the code and development progress. As I have talked to you about Git in detail, Git also helps you for pair programming or real-time collaboration. Apart from that, if I go into view section, here I have Team Explorer. It will help for the real-time collaboration as well. Now let's talk about the insights and productivity. Now we have the IntelliCode in the Visual Studio. It is also known as the IntelliSense, which makes sure that you get the hint for the next move or the next keyword you are going to write in your code, and it also helps you to see the options you can have after entering the keyword. And now it is better at seamlessly anticipating your next move. It was there in the earlier versions as well, but now it is more improved one in this 2022 version. Now let's talk about the next feature, and that is a refreshed Visual Studio for Mac. As per the official documents, the goal of the Microsoft for Mac is to make the IDE more supportive and collaborative, so that it can deliver the productivity to the users. And at the moment, Microsoft is planning and working to move the Visual Studio for the Mac development to its native Mac OS UI, which will ensure that users, or you can say the developers, can have better performance and reliability. It also means that it will be able to take full advantage of all the features of Mac operating system accessibility. So these were the highlights which Microsoft Visual Studio 2022 have. Now let's explore Visual Studio 2022 itself. Here we have the first option, which is file. From here we can create new project and we can create new file. So if I just click on it, here I'll go with the text file. Just click on open, and now we can just start coding here. As it is a text file, so it will not follow any pattern, or you can say any syntax. Then we have open option, and this is for already created project. We can open them and we can just start working on those. One new option is here is clone repository. What we can do, we can download the repository from the GitHub or any other online repository which Visual Studio 2022 support, and then we can just start working on it. Rest of the options are more or less same. There are not many new things which have been added in this version than the last one. In the edit option, we again have almost the same option. In view, we have some more options here, like we have Team Explorer here, and then we have Git changes, Git repositories. We can change it as well, like you can customize it a little bit. So if I click on Git repository, and here you can see we have branches here. We can create different branches with respect to our files. And then we have a whole lot of different other options here. And then we have a separate and independent section for Git. Here we will have all the options related to Git. And now here we have projects. We can create different classes into our project, like you can create classes in your Java, in your C++, in your Python. In any programming language, you need classes to work on. So from here we can create different classes. And then in build section, we will have all the functionalities and all the options with respect to the build. Like you can see here, we have a build solution, theme solution, we have batch build, and we can configure manager here. Then we have the debug, which Microsoft has talked about a lot. They have revamped it, or you can say they have improved the functionality and improve the performance of debugging. This is the dedicated button to start the debugging. And then we have test. What it means by test? Like when you create your application like Java or .NET, what you do, you create a different test for the testing purpose. You can create your different test, you can create different test suites, and then you can access and run all those tests from here. Then we have analyze option, and then we have the tool options. Here, if I go into options here, let's see what do we have. And here we have different more options here, like we have debugging, we have text editor, then we have container tools, and lot more option in here. Here, if I search for fonts here, and let's see if we have any option related to fonts. So let's explore here. Here we do have an option with respect to fonts and color. If I click on it, here we can have a different font style. Like at the moment we have Cascadia, but we can go with any one which is available in here. Well, it depends on person to person, because everyone likes to have their own style. After that, we can have different size for our fonts. Default one is the 10, but I'm going with the 11. And now the text size of my font will be a little bit bigger. You can have a different foreground and different background, and you can customize it as well. So just click on it and customize it as per your own liking. I will just click on OK. Now, if I go to extensions, so from extensions, what we can do, we can download and add different extensions into our Visual Studio 2022. Because in most of the projects which you will be creating, you will need some extension to make it work. And there are two ways to add those extension into your system. First one is the external way, like you download it and then you add those extension into your Visual Studio, or you can download those extension directly from here. And at the moment it is showing the download option in front of open command line, because this extension is not included into my Visual Studio 2022, and here I can download it. And in case if you want to search for some particular extension, what you can do, you can just search here. So I will write here, and here you can see we have all the extensions with respect to this keyword which I have entered here, which was Visual Studio, and here we have all the extension with respect to that. So this is a really cool thing, that we can download any extension and we can directly add those extensions into our Visual Studio 2022 without downloading and without adding them externally. So I will just close this one, and at the end we have the last section, which is the help one. And here we will have all the information and all the things with respect to the help of this Visual Studio 2022. And I believe that if you click on any one of these, you will have the official link to have some help. For example, if I click on about Microsoft Visual Studio, so this is the official information about this Visual Studio. So I will just close this one, or you can click on OK. And here I want to talk to you one more thing, and that is sign in. Mean you can add your account here. If I click on it, at the moment I have not signed in, but what you can do, you can add your Microsoft account in here and you can start using it. I will close this one, and here if I go to my files, here we have a section which says account setting. Just click on it, and from here you can add your account as well. At the moment I have not signed in with any account, so what I can do, I can just click on it and I can just sign in. And in case if you do not have any account on Microsoft or Outlook or Hotmail, so what you can do, you can just click on this link which says create one, and you will be able to create a new account, and then you will be able to use that account into your Visual Studio 2022. So that was the review. And now if I give my thoughts about this Visual Studio 2022, I would say there are a lot of things which have been improved in terms of functionalities, and there are some new features. Like now we have the repositories available here. We can create a repository and we can download a repository as well. So this is a really cool feature. And one of the most important thing which I have liked is They did not change the interface. And more good thing about this version is that we have the same options at the same positions. So if I were to conclude this, I would say there is rather some more and new functionalities, including diagnostic and debugging, period collaboration, AI IntelliCode, engine, asynchronous collaboration, and code search. The platform is about to receive some vital upgrades, beginning with its jump to 64-bit architecture, and Microsoft assures that the updated version of Visual Studio will be faster, loads stable, and it will be a lightweight. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you have learned many new things in this video about the Visual Studio 2022, and if that is the case, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon as well. And if you have something to ask, please leave a comment below. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Till then, take care. We will see you in the next video.